want to tell me why you didn't come home last night?
Not really.
This isn't a game, Melinda.
It's always been a game.
Hey guys, welcome to the Gidunk. We just saw Deep Water.
That's right, everybody. Is this psychological thriller starring Ben Affleck actually deep and worth checking out? Or is it just shallow and you should let it float on down the river? Stick around because we're about to find out.
All right, guys, it was kind of slim pickings for movies this week, but we found one on Hulu, Deep Water.
Yeah, and of course, starring Ben Affleck, you know, that dude needs no introduction. He's played in tons of crap, some of it crap, and some of them pretty good. What this one is, we'll get into that.
Haven't been too impressed with him lately, though.
Nah.
I miss the town Ben Affleck, you know?
Mm-hmm, that's right. That was great, man. That was a great flick. You know, and but you're right. We ain't seen that much of that Ben Affleck anymore. Then we got Ana de Armas, you know, who she's been around a lot lately. You know, Cuban actress. We saw her in No Time to Die, Knives Out. You know, the latest Blade Runner movie. You know, I mean, and I like her. I mean, of course, bring her in here because she's a beautiful woman. You know, and she's a good actress. You know, and I think she does a good job. You know, in most of the stuff I've seen her in. We got
your favorret, Lil Ray Howery.
We got Lil Ray Howery, baby.
Been seeing a lot of him lately.
That's right, man. Lil Ray Howery's killing it, man. I love that dude. You know, I mean, I wish we'd have seen him more of this because you didn't see a whole lot of him in this. You know, and you know, this movie could have used some more Lil Ray Howery. I think a little more.
Yeah, he was in Free Guy recently, and that John Cena movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
that dude's a great actor, man. I love that guy.
So this movie, apparently, this Melinda chick in this movie, she loves her side pieces, Billy.
Oh yeah. One the thing is, friggin' her husband in this, you know, played by friggin' what's his name?
Ben Affleck.
You know, he's a very emasculated man in this movie. You know, lets his wife run around and just cheat on him left and right, and not only does that, but the whole town, all their friends know about it, right? She just flaunts it in front of everybody.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Freaking nuts, man. And you just like watching that. I'm like, what the heck is this guy doing? Like,
the other thing, he has a lot of money apparently.
Yeah, he's rich. Dude's loaded because evidently he developed a chip that they use in freaking drones, you know, to detect or to locate bad guys and kill people. And
which I'm not really sure how that works, but
yeah. And he made, you know, obviously millions or billions of dollars. I never say how much, and retired. You know, so at least, you know, good for him. He could retire young, but I think he chose poorly in his retirement partner.
Yeah, and they have a kid together, so
little Trixie.
And you're wondering, like, she brings this guy to parties and stuff, and she's making out with people like in front of his friends and himself.
Yeah,
yeah.
Like she has no freaking no filter, man. I mean, she doesn't care. She doesn't hide it. She just like I said, everybody knows, man. Everybody knows that she's screwing around on them. They're bringing it up to him. They're like, man, you know, they're like, this is pretty bad. Your wife doing this and you not doing anything about it. It's kind of dragging down your reputation.
You gotta rein Melinda in, man. Like, this isn't the first time. The fact she's comfortable, like, flaunting all these relationships around in front of us is fucked up.
Well, he does say maybe your concerns are not my concerns, though. So
even though in reality they are his concerns.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't. He tries to act cool in some parts, but other scenes not so much.
Oh yeah, you can tell it's eating this dude alive, man. You know, and the thing is, you know, I mean, his wife even kind of tells him what she needs from him, right? Like what he's lacking and stuff. You know, and why she's doing this kind of stuff to him, but he still kind of doesn't really change much, you know? And I'm just like, dude, your wife's kind of throwing that. Well, first of all, you know, she's done that a couple times. You just need to kick that chick to the chick her to the curb, man. She ain't worth sticking around. Yeah, she's a beautiful woman, mother of your kid, but man, no.
I was thinking at some point, like, be he's really into this and, like, that excites him or something.
Yeah,
like
I mean, if you're into that lifestyle, then great. You know, you want to be swingers and all that, great. But it can't be one-sided. You know, in this movie, it is definitely one-sided. And you could tell he ain't liking it.
Yeah, it was almost like starting to get to me after a while because there was like so much of that. Like,
and just so much in his face. And I was like, man, how is this dude dealing with this crap?
And she did not even care.
No. Yeah,
and they weren't even like sleeping in the same room to begin with, really. So it was what is going on here?
For him, it was if he got to have sex with his wife, it was a very lucky night for him, right? Like, you know, most of the time she's like, go sleep in your own room, and every now and then she'd let him come in there and get him a little something, you know. But for the most part,
and that's the thing. Like, she would do all this crazy stuff, but she would reel him in sometimes. Yeah. So that's why I was like, maybe this is what keeps it exciting for him. And she made a couple comments too, like, your life would be boring as hell without me. So I'm like, maybe this is like what he enjoys.
Yeah, and then come to find out, it ain't. You can, like I said, you tell the look on his face a lot of times. He ain't enjoying it. You know?
Well, it kind of starts off with very early on in the movie where they have like some guy looks like Baby Thor or something like that. And Ben Affleck is kind of threatening him without threatening him, which was kind of interesting.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, the dude gets scared, but then he runs off and tells everybody the threat, and everybody's like, "Dude, did you threaten this guy? Tell this guy this." You know, and then the funny thing too, man. So, what do you think about the name Deep Water? What do you think about that? What do you think about the name?
I don't think there's any deep water in this. So.
There is zero deep water in this movie. You got a swimming pool, you got a very shallow river. There ain't no deep water. You ain't seen no oceans.
That's some false advertising, man. Right. So. Yeah, and I thought this would be kind of like a good psychological thriller mystery, but there's not a whole lot of mystery going on, which disappointed me.
Oh yeah, no mystery at all, man.
It starts off making you think like, what is really going on here? But when they get to what's going on, it's not surprising. It's not smart. You're kind of like, huh?
Yeah, and when in the way they end it all, I was like, huh?
I mean, I was okay with this movie, and the acting's pretty good. Ben Affleck's doing a good job. The person playing Melinda, Anna's doing a good job.
The daughter Grace, her name in real life, she did awesome. And Trixie in the movie, she did a great job.
Everyone's playing like their roles like really good.
Yeah.
And I was kind of intrigued in the mystery, but like I said, it's just not that smart when they get to what's going on. You're very disappointed, and the ending is not that great. So
no. Ending was horrific.
If the ending was better, this would be, I would say, a good movie.
But it sure as heck doesn't explain like how the whole situation's going to turn out,
Yeah, and he has this weird kind of fetish for snails, and I thought that would play more into it, and it really doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, he even mentions like ways to poison people with snails and stuff. You're like, oh, okay, maybe that's
so
play
he's
out,
being like creepy, like, is this guy really a killer? Is he not? Because he threatens Thor, and the Thor character, and he's like, hey, that one guy was her friend, and he died, and he's like, and I killed him.
Yeah,
and he's like, you shouldn't joke like that, and he's like, oh,
who sent him joking?
Yeah. And he's like, are you threatening me? He's like, do you feel threatened?
Yeah, right. Well, then the second time he comes to the house, he's like, man, you should apologize to me for telling me you killed that guy. He's like, I've got nothing to apologize for. He's like, if I hadn't killed him, then maybe I should apologize to you.
Yeah, so I like that, like where you're kind of like, is this guy really a killer? Is he not? And I was kind of with the movie for that. But like I said, when they get to it, it's just disappointing, and it falls flat.
Well, and then the way Ben Affleck delivers it too, just the way he says it, his attitude during it is perfect. It was great. Yeah, it was awesome. And of course the dude's reaction, he was like, he didn't know what the hell to expect. So it was perfect. They did that. The ending totally blew it for me, man. The ending I was like, man, what the heck were they thinking? What were they thinking with this ending? It's like you took something that could have been so much better, and it's almost like they just ended it super quick. And just like, okay, done, and I was like, what the? I was like, what is this? So, man, that really disappointed me.
There's some intense, like acting in some parts of this where you're kind of like, wow, like these two people in bed, like,
some intense.
It's kind of like amazing actors doing this kind of stuff, because I'm like, he's really doing that to her, and
some intense sex scenes, and it's no doubt, And then when you tell, the scenes involving Ben Affleck and her, man, Ben Affleck is, he's almost like he's like 70-year-old man. It kind of seems like when he's trying to get into it, he's like looks like he's just old and tired and. Well,
this woman will wear you out, man.
Yeah, evidently, man, because she can't get enough. She's a freaking nympho, so. Yeah, I don't know. And then of course they try to, give you the thing, oh, it's for her, it's more than just a sexual attraction, it's about just the way the person, reacts to her and gives her the attention she wants. And, Ben Affleck's not giving her that attention, which in the movie you don't see that. In the movie you see Ben Affleck loving on her and, telling her he loves her and all that, but she makes a comment at one point like, you just don't love me the way, I should be loved, or something along those lines. And I was like, huh? But yeah, man, that ending, dude, that's can't get past freaking ending. So and I so bad just want to spoil it, but I'm not going to. I'll let people watch it. But man,
yeah, but be forewarned, it doesn't end.
No, I mean it is just abrupt. Good, it's abrupt. Yeah. It's not great ending. It's like they just played out this long storyline and said, all right, just give it a quick ending. And I was like, nah, it doesn't even.
It's definitely one of those endings that you're like, they're ending it just like that. Like I need more to it, and they don't give that to you.
No, it was bad. It was a bad ending. Which is unfortunate because I would have given it a much higher review had it had a good ending.
Yeah, I mean this movie rested on the ending because it's all building up to this final climax. Yeah. So it either surprises you and you're amazed by it, or you're very disappointed. So.
Yeah. Well, and like you said, because the acting was phenomenal, man. All the actors brought their A game here. Even the B-rated actors that are in it, all did a great job. And I was like, yeah, I was impressed. The press, the acting, and then the way they just killed it at the end. I was like, man. So I'm giving it a 5, man. Giving it a 5. It just, I would probably give it maybe a 7 or an 8 if they'd had a much better ending for it. But man, that ending just totally threw it off for me.
Yeah, I'm with you. This is a 5 to me. I mean, I don't really feel angered about watching it because
No.
I mean, like I did enjoy the plot that was there and the acting, but you got to have a better story than this.
Oh, absolutely.
You got to have a better story. I can't even believe they're willing to make this with that kind of ending in place.
Yeah. Like I mean, even people reading that, like Ben Affleck reading that script, saying, "Oh yeah, what a great ending." It's like, what? It's like, no, man. If I was an actor reading that script, I'd be like, what the hell is this?
Yeah, because it's just very clumsy how it goes down, and you're like, this doesn't fit this character whatsoever.
No, yeah, not at all. Especially her character at the end. It's like, what? It's like she has not acted that way the whole movie, and now all of a sudden, it's like, come on now. So yeah, you better give us a little more storyline to help us believe that, but they don't. So, well,
it's a streaming movie, I guess.
That's right.
So.
Well, there you have, folks. That's Deep Water with no deep water in the movie.
No, and, that's disappointing.
I know, right? I want to see some ocean or Great Lake or something, but you don't even see any of that. There's no deep water in it. But
probably a better place to hide bodies and stuff. You know what I mean?
That's right. So, but yeah, hey, we hope you enjoyed our review. And if you did, hit like and subscribe. And hey, please let us know what you think about the movie. Maybe you appreciate the ending. I highly doubt it. But, maybe you caught something in the movie that we didn't catch. So just, hey, hit us up in the chat. We'll chat with you. And until then, we'll check you in the next review.
See you guys.
All right, guys, we're going to be getting into some spoiler talk now, so you've been warned.
And you said something earlier, like alluding to he as well. So it's like, it's pretty obvious it's Ben Affleck. Because I was thinking maybe she was the killer, and that was the twist.
Oh, no, I never thought that.
Well, that would have been better than Ben Affleck doing it, because I'm like,
yeah.
This is obvious that he's killing people, so you're gonna come up with something creative, and they're like, it is what you think it is. Right? You're like, what?
Well, then the crazy thing is, all the flashes he was having of him killing people, but then he was having flashes of her having sex with that dude in the car, and it's like, did he see that happen,
I was thinking when they actually showed him kill that dude with the rock, he was just imagining it, but no, he really did.
Yeah,
and I was like.
And that dude's like, I'm sorry. When you hit that dude down with the rock, I'm sorry.
That came so out of nowhere, and I'm like, they're gonna find this body, and now you're connected to all these people.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like, you're not getting away with this.
I laughed when that happened. Dude, you hit that dude that hit the rock. Dude's like, I'm sorry. It's like, I'm like, yeah, you're sorry. You're dead, man. You better get. I was like, oh.
I couldn't believe Ben Affleck was the killer in this.
Yeah, I could. Like, I felt it all along. I never thought for once that it was her, especially the way she was talking to him. Like, oh,
because that to me was the very interesting part of the movie, is where you're like, they're leading me to think he's the killer, and he's kind of acting like he's the killer, but it's going to be more deep than that. And they're like, nope.
That would have been cool.
I was like, it's gonna. You got it. See, I was waiting on that the whole time, and it's like, no, and then we're not that smart.
Right, and then because he loves her so much anyway, he would have covered it up all right. And so he ended up covering it up for her by her covering it up for him. Yeah, no, that would be.
That's what I was thinking was going to happen.
Much better that way.
He's like, I love you too much. Dude. I don't want to see you go to jail, so now I got to cover up all this bullshit you're doing.
Oh yeah.
But no, it was like, it is what you think it is. And I'm like,
right, this crazy guy who freaking loves his wife, but is just lets her kill people or lets her.
It's like, okay, kill the guy in the pool. I'm like, okay, you can chalk that one up, but like, no way you're gonna talk out killing this other dude.
Yeah.
If people probably saw him get in the car with you.
Yeah, exactly.
And then
maybe.
And then that one guy drives off the road. They're like, well, that you're done there.
Well, then
they're gonna find that.
Yeah. Well, the good thing, but the good thing about that though is, I mean, he just veered. He went out. I mean, there's no way to prove that Ben Affleck made him go off the road right there. So I mean, he just crashed in the freaking gorge, man. So that's what I'm saying.
Well, they're gonna figure out this dude hired a private investigator to get you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But,
and they're gonna be highly suspicious of Ben Affleck, and then when they start looking into his crap more, because they know we got. Yeah. 3 or 4 people that are tied to him. Right, okay, come on.
Well, the thing is, how did that dude know to be there? How did he know to go there to catch Ben Affleck to begin with? That didn't make any sense either.
I don't think he went there to catch Ben Affleck. He went to get the scarf, allegedly, and that doesn't make much sense either.
No, unless the wife called him and told him what was going on. You know what I mean?
You're going to call someone and be like, hey, you want to get this scarf from me? Yeah, I'll go get it.
Right, yeah.
It's on my way, even though it's way
it's way out of nowhere. Yeah, that made no damn sense, man.
Yeah, I mean, that's like their thing. Like, he was getting the scarf.
Mm-hmm.
And Ben Affleck came up with a dumb thing. I'm looking for the scarf. And he's
Right.
like, why the hell would you think it's down there?
I'd have been
He should have said, I'm looking for snails or
Yeah,
something.
exactly,
And then
yeah.
the guy would have probably been like, I don't know crap about snails, whether they're here or not.
Yeah, exactly. And he just should, and then Ben Affleck be like, hey, why don't you come help me? And then you could have freaking grabbed him and freaking jacked
That
him.
would have sounded much better than, I'm looking for the scarf as I'm stabbing the water.
He pulls the water out, the freaking arm comes up, and dude's like, ah, shit. He goes like, right.
That dude tried to get out of
Oh,
there.
yeah. And when then Ben Affleck just like stood there as he's falling and stuff, like, dude, get him. I was like, chase him, man. And freaking waited too long to chase him. I was like, what an idiot. Like, it took that dude a minute to freaking get back up and run up, and Ben Affleck's just sitting there watching. I'm like, oh, what do I do? So you already killed freaking 2 or 3 people. What's one more going to hurt?
Well, he was hauling ass on that bike.
Yeah, no kidding.
What was he going to do catching him with a bike? I was thinking, like,
was he
you can
exactly-
drive 5 miles per hour, because what's Ben Affleck going to do to you on a bike or in a car?
Exactly.
I don't know.
It's like, why on earth did he ride the bike there?
Get some exercise
You know,
at the same time.
Yeah, but then he's gone like forever. You know, that's a long ride. You know, so
And
it's
he's
like,
hauling ass on like a semi gravel roadish you
Yeah.
know, on a bike, and I'm like,
yeah, exactly. Now, none of that made sense to me. It didn't make sense why he took the bike. You know, none of that crap in the end made sense. Then when he got that dude run off the road, he's like, all right, cool, that's a problem gone. Did he go back and fix the body or what? And never showed us. And I was like, what the hell's going on?
I needed more of like the cops coming in after that and
Right, yeah,
some
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
explanation how he got away, because the guy driving off the road, and even if you re-put the body down in 2 feet of water, someone's going to eventually find it.
Right, exactly. On the rocks, because it just looked like he stumbled down the rocks and hit his head and died, you know? It's like, why would you move that body at that point? It's like, that was perfect for you. Looks like he was out here hiking, fell down, and boom, dead. It's like, so, you know, and all the bruises and shit show, you know, are from where he fell. So it's like, what more did you need? Why not just leave the body there on the rocks? They come find him, be like, oh, he was out here hiking and he's dead.
Ben Affleck should never been a killer in this.
Yeah, I thought it was stupid as hell that he
he's
moved the body.
he's the number one suspect.
Oh, yeah.
Has admitted to doing it. Is doing.
Right.
I'm just like, what is this?
Right. Oh, yeah.
This don't make any sense. This seems like it'd be like a true story, or like some idiot would do this and then somehow like found some loophole to get away with it. But no, like someone's like creatively thinking this is brilliant strategy. And I'm like, this is stupid.
Stupid, yeah, exactly. All right.
Just leave her.
What's next?
That's the solution.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I said.
Just leave her. You're
or,
rich.
or kill her.
Yeah,
just
that's
kill
what
her.
everybody-
Just kill her, and then go, you know. And then of course, I mean, you're.
I guess that's the point. He loves her and
Yeah, exactly.
he's crazy about her or something. I don't know. And apparently she's fine with it. Because she kind of knows what's going on at that point. She does know what's going
Oh
on.
yeah, and
She's
she
found
finds the dude's wallet. Yeah,
and covered.
then she
covered
burns
it
the
up.
freaking wallet, and when 2 days later, she was like, "I killed the guy, and all of a sudden, she finds
And
the
this
other dude.
guy probably had more meaning to
her than the other guy.
Any of the other ones.
Exactly.
Set it up, put it down. Deep water.
Deep water.
Actually, shallow water. No deep water in this movie at all.
Exactly. No shallow water.
Deep shit would have been a better title for the.
Yeah.
Because that's what I feel he's going to be in.
That's right, everybody. Is this psychological stress? Yeah. Armas, Ben Affleck, Grace Jenkins, and our boy, Little Real Howery.
I think the whole movie kind of rests on that.
Yeah, just total fucking horseshit.
It is what you think it is?
Yeah.
That's pretty dumb.
Yeah.
They're like, we ain't fooling you here, man.
Right.